Um,
Okay, welcome everyone. Just a reminder to pop yourselves on mute, but keep your cameras on if you're comfortable. That would be great. So today we have Chris Malotti talking to us, running this digital advisory. Um, and yeah, so we'll be about 40-minute session, and then we'll open up to a Q&A at the end. But feel free to pop any questions that you have as we go along in the chat, and we can have a look at the end as well. So yeah, I'll pass you over to Chris.
Alrighty. Let's do let's get a photo first. I am in marketing after all. So is everyone happy to do a quick smile? Hold on, I'll just get it out. All right, smile at your cameras now. There we go. Alrighty. All right, good morning, everyone. So my name is Chris. I'm from the Sydney Cub. Been at Cub for 5.5 years, and I'm going to be talking about optimizing content for humans, SEO, and AI this morning. So it's going to be a nice, easy ride. I have had these are new slides designed by one of our Cub members. There's a lot of color. All right, so just I'm just giving you a pre-warning now. There's a lot of color, a lot of stuff in here. But today, what I'm going to be basically getting through is getting through how to build high performance or how to write and create content for a multi-audience world. So please ask questions. I'll try and see and watch the questions and stuff. Otherwise, just unmute and speak, heckle, whatever you want to do. Color is great. Good. All right. Lovely. All right. So today in this session, I want to solve a real problem, which is we want to build high performance content, but we've had three audiences like enter the fray now. So we've got our humans, right, which is all of us. And then we've got our search engines, which we're quite used to. And now we've got AI systems as well. Now, while there might be crossover between search engines and AI systems, there is a bit of a prominence in and difference in the way that they consume content and the way that they look at content and assess content, even more importantly. And so what I'm basically trying to do now is explain how I'm using content and how I'm optimizing for all three audiences to inspire everyone. Because I'm doing this a lot for my clients now, and I thought, why not share it with the Cub community on how I can make it a little bit more easy for AI to read your stuff, search engines to read your stuff, and humans to read your stuff. So sorry, this is the most full-on slide, okay? So it'll be over quickly. So why content still matters, right? It doesn't matter if it's podcasts, case studies, testimonials, portfolio, articles, blogs, whatever you're doing, is that quality content isn't a random tactic. I felt like content marketing was very, very popular 10 years ago. It kind of dissipated a little bit and now it's back. And the reason why is because of the way people search today. But it's not just a random thing to do. It's a business infrastructure, right? Like I heard that I saw on LinkedIn recently that all those podcasts that you recorded, Chris, because I've been recording for years, all those podcasts are now coming back to help you because AI is going to be searching podcasts soon and all of that. So fingers crossed. So all of that content that you've been creating over the years has been worth it, and all the content you will create is going to be worth it because it's an engine of marketing that does these four things. It builds awareness, right? Establishes authority, educates buyers, and shortens sales cycles. I'm assuming everyone here does create content, right? Of some degree or so. So this is what we should be doing in all of our pieces, right? Regardless of audience, is we want to make sure that it's building awareness about what we do, establishing our authority and key leadership in what we do, educating people, and being punctuated through the sales customer journey so that it can help them make a decision faster. So, without content, your expertise is invisible, especially today, especially with people using all these tools that we have at our fingertips right now. So that was the worst of the colors. All right, we're good. All right, everyone survived. So something has changed. We've had a new audience member into the fray, and it's AI. Okay, and I was at a legal conference. I was speaking at a legal conference last Friday, and one of the things they said was one of the speakers that was speaking about AI said Australia has one of the biggest adoption of AI portals and use of LLMs in the world. Right, we've all jumped on it really, really easily, and the AI, I was explaining to one of my clients, is like the human that's really intelligent and doesn't have any patience issues, doesn't have any attention span issues, and can see things in a second. Okay. And so this is what we've got to get used to is that AI reads our content, looks at our videos and all of that, and it doesn't get bored. Right? It doesn't read like a human. It doesn't get emotional and doesn't care about your brand story. What it's looking for is a narrative, and it absolutely influences what gets seen. Raise of hands, who is using AI to search at the moment to look for information? Yep, right. We've got Sylvia. Right, pretty much. Yep, pretty much everyone. And so what is happening is that AI, if you think about it, is determining what is getting seen, especially because it's now sitting often between the human and the content. So this is what we need to accommodate for. So welcome to the multi-audience era, right? Where you've got your humans, your search engines, and your AI systems. Now, all are unique, all are information hungry. If you think about it, they love, love, love content and love to learn. They are all interpreting and they are all shaping your brand's performance. Okay, so I want to do is literally give you some practical tips on how you can keep up with all three. So the big shift is, as I said, effective content is no longer created for one reader, it's created for all three today. So this is what we're trying to say, and my main point is today. The biggest problem is that one size fits all content doesn't work anymore, right? If you optimize only for humans, you struggle to rank online. If you optimize only for search engines, you sound generic and keyword heavy. If you ignore AI, you don't get referenced in its search results or AEO, GEO. So what we're trying to do is create a strategic alignment throughout the audiences. And the beauty of it is, if you ask anyone in SEO or AEO or GEO or general content marketing, is that they overlap a lot. And so what I'm going to show you is how to get that to overlap and how you can optimize it. So let's talk humans. Humans first, right? Now, I don't have to tell you anything. This is how you consume stuff, is humans are still the number one audience. And the reason why is because we are the ones making the decisions, right? We're the ones who buy, we're the ones who trust, we're the ones who engage. Even if it's got an AI screen on it, like we use AI to retrieve stuff, we are still the end decision maker. Okay. And so, but we don't consume content, even videos and podcasts. We don't consume like we used to. We don't sit there for hours watching things anymore, right? We don't have to. This is not a name and shame game, but our attention spans are shorter than ever, right? Everyone agree with that? We're moving on. We're moving on fast. We get things done. Our tolerance is lower. Would everyone agree? Is that our tolerance for stuff, we kind of get over it really fast. If it's not aligned with what we're looking for, off we go. We're really fast at judging. And this is on our website. If you think about your website, people can't wait to hit the exit button, right? We just can't wait for some reason. So its tolerance is low and our expectations are really high. Yep, we've got Emily. I also find our tolerance for AI generated stuff rapidly decreasing too. Yes, absolutely. Right? That's exactly true. So, but we need humans to read our stuff, to watch our stuff, to listen to our stuff, to consume our stuff, because that's the end goal, is we want a human to make a decision. So what we want to do is stats are that we're actively consuming content all the time, right? But this is what we're doing is we skim, we scan, and we judge in seconds. We also, with videos, we move ahead. There's also a relationship between video and, like, if you think about LinkedIn, right? What we do is we quickly skim the caption to get it to see if it's what we want, and then we'll hit play. Right. And we skim ahead, we watch it on double speed, right? We want to get to the information fast. And so this is what, especially when you're reading, is the human reads headlines first, subheading second, then maybe the body, right? But if it feels heavy, we get out of there. Would everyone agree? Right? We're kind of like, yep, 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 yep. What else have we got? What else have we got? Okay, we're off. So that's how people are actually consuming content today. If it feels heavy, then we're out. And so this is what humans are looking for, that we need to make sure that we're putting into our content. So these are really key. So when you're producing stuff, even if it's video, podcast, and don't just think articles, think like case studies, and all those kind of materials, ebooks, all those things that you're producing, right? Is relevance, I am always a big fan of relevance, the word. Relevance is the best screen that you can put over your content. What is my audience going to get out of this and why should they care? I have a team of writers, and this is the first thing I always say to them is the relevance check. Why should they care? Right, my husband the other day read it. He got a newsletter from one of his like sign-ups that he had, and they went, "Congratulations, we've got a new head of finance." And he was like, who cares? Who cares about that, right? So, what I'm trying to say is when you're producing content, do the relevance check. Why would my audience care? Why would they spend 2 minutes to 5 minutes looking at this? Is it relevant to them? The next thing is clarity. The minute that you make things tricky to understand or read or abstract, the minute they leave. Okay? Confidence. You shouldn't only have confidence, it's how do you instill confidence in the audience that's reading, right? What are they exchanging their precious time for that you're going to give them? Peace of mind, education, entertainment, whatever it is, right? Authority is also a big thing. Authority, what I mean by that is it original? Does it show that it's worth reading? Something interesting that shows that you are a leader in your space is really important. And authenticity, like Emily said, authenticity is about what is it that is original and fresh and inspiring about what you put together. This is what people are looking for today, right? Because we are all constantly asking, is this worth my time? Right, same thing as why you're here. Is this worth my time? Right. So all of you, this is undeniable. This is what humans are looking for. So when you're producing videos, podcasts, written stuff, whatever you're doing, this is the stuff that you need to make sure that you include in there for the human audience. So this is what we're trying to do when you're doing the human tick box, right? If you've got a tick box for humans, this is what we're trying to do. Write for intent. People are looking for a particular answer. Has everyone used answerthepublic.com? Has everyone used that website? Such a great jump on answerthepublic.com, put your brand or a topic in there, and it'll give you what people are searching for. Right? Or you could just use AI, just ask AI for it. But it's right for intent, right for what your customer's looking for, and producing videos and things that are for intent, not spam. Right? Use a clear narrative flow. I always say it's like the upside down triangle. Capture people with the title and then take them through a journey. Humans love stories. Right? So if you've got a topic, like for example, if you've got an ISO accreditation recently and you're trying to explain what it is, don't just go, we got ISO, we've got ISO, how good are we? You've got to take them through why, URL link. Hold on. Answerthepublic.com. This one here. So what you can do is there's a paid version, but there's also a free, and you can say content marketing and search. And what it will do is it will take you through intentions and search and pay and like what ideas. This is what I mean by intent. So I will save that. I'll put it in the chat if that will help. Oh, so Paul did it already. So this is where you can find, like, see how to develop content marketing strategy for small business. Great topic. Okay. Do you see how this is relevant to intent? So this is what I meant by here. Okay. And back to clear narrative flow. Nothing will get people to leave faster and bounce faster than if it doesn't take them through a journey, right? So you don't want to just go, here's something and here's something else and here's something else. You need to take people through an explanation of why it's important to them, right? Use short paragraphs. One of the best things I found when it comes to, even if you're recording videos and things, mix up your sentence length because there's something about the fact that if it's all the same, it's tedious. Whereas if it's got a nice clear flow with different sentence lengths and things, it makes it easier for people to consume. Right? Strong subheadings. This is like questions and things that you can break up the content with. People skim. So give them signposts on how they can break up the content so they can find the information they're looking for. Give a clear point of view because people want originality and authority and authenticity. And the last thing is eliminate filler. The first thing I do when I produce something is I go back and check it and remove half the stuff, right? Get to the point, get to it faster, don't waste people's time, explain what you're there for and what you're trying to educate them on, okay? Because it's this, make it easy to consume and make it worth consuming. is really important when it comes to humans because they are voting with their attention, their time, and their wallets. So the humans must be catered to if you want to keep their attention. Okay? Everyone okay with humans? We're all good. We're all human. Right. Okay. Let's talk about the search engines. So these are the Googles. Yeah, love humans, right? These are the Googles. And now I know Google has its own AI stuff in there, but it's still very prominent with its search and all that. I'm talking all of them, right? Like this could be eBay, Amazon, all the kind of search engines. This is what they are looking for, right? Search engines don't care how clever you sound. They're not emotional, they're structural, they're mathematical. They scan and assess. Okay, so they're looking for patterns, search intent, signals, applicability, and they reward those algorithm tick boxes that no one knows. Okay, so what I mean by that is it's all of those like, keywords, key phrases, H1, H2 tags, all of that, hyperlinks, backlinks, all of that kind of stuff that we've been doing for how long now? 10 years, 20 years, right? Is search engines are looking for this sort of stuff. Now, this one, I think that most of the community in the business community know how to do this well. But just a quick reminder is what they're looking for is search intent match. And what I mean by that is it's looking for keywords related to what people are searching. So that's why, again, Answer the Public is a good resource. Just asking AI what kind of keywords are in your space, what are the most important topics. The best part is, this is aside, is go into like ChatGPT or Perplexity and look at what people ask it. Say, this is my specific audience. This is my specific product, brand, and service. What are the most SEO, AEO topics that are most relevant right now that I can create content for? And that's what that means is search intent match is when you've got a search volume, people will you want to like create content around that, right? Keyword clarity, like it's that usual game that we play where it's like putting the keywords in the titles, putting the keywords in the phrases, all that kind of stuff. Originality is really important today, right? I'll get to that in a second. So originality is like AI and search engines, they've seen it all, right? So that's why fresh content coming directly from you is what ranks. Something fresh, something new, something original is really important. Sylvia, how do you widen your audience when your subject matter is obscure? Can you give me examples, Sylvia? Where are you?
Yeah, so I am a procurement practitioner, 10 plus years. People on aggregate don't know what the word procurement is, and if they do, they're generally traumatized by the process.
Love
Even
it.
though everyone does procurement every day, like you bought that shirt, that is a procurement process.
Right. So you do procurement for B2B? Is that what it is?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what I would be doing is searching for what people would be searching for in relation to procurement. So like let's say that people don't know, you said like some of the market does or some of them don't.
Most of the market doesn't. So I'm
Okay.
trying to go into a space where there's zero net addressable service providers, which is small, medium business.
Yep, in procurement. So what I would be doing is doing a bit of research on Answer the Public AI and things like that, and asking it if people aren't searching for procuring or procurement, what are they searching for? I'm creating content on there that educates people. Actually, Sylvia, you're in a really good position here because if people don't understand that in that space, and this is for everyone listening, right? It's not just for Sylvia, is if people don't understand your subject area by the way that you phrase it, this is a golden opportunity for you to educate the market and steal that. So what you could do is you could do a whole bunch of articles and podcasts and blogs and videos and things using AI to show you what people are calling it instead. And that's how I would do it. So what I would do is look online and say, what do small to medium businesses call procuring? And then AI will probably say, oh, it's this, that, and the other. You go, yeah, but they're not referring to it as this, and find out what they're calling it. And what I would do is produce content with those keywords and those phrases, and then tell them, say, for large businesses, this is called procurement, and then educate them, and you can actually associate your brand with that. It's a great opportunity. Does that help? So that's what I mean is using content to educate the market and pull them towards you is a great opportunity. So this is keyword clarity, logical structure, right? If you don't do SEO yourself, it's all of that sort of thing, is logical structure, topic leadership, right? People are always looking for something of interest in their space. Right. The best part about Cub is everyone is a specialist or some sort of authority in your space. But are you leading that conversation in that space, right? Are you driving attention and getting known for that space? Internal linking, what I mean by that is hyperlinking to different blogs and articles and things. So when you're producing an article, make sure that it hyperlinks to other blogs, make sure it links to other services on your website, all that kind of stuff. And authority signals, like things like your Google reviews and all that sort of thing, making like, and what it is backlinks and all of that sort of stuff. So it's all that SEO techniques, but search engines are rewarding tactical alignments. So what you need to do is make sure that you've got like all the back stuff, the keyword clusters, page context, all this kind of SEO stuff that a lot of SEO agencies do. But this is how I help, like how I explain to people how best to use it, right? So, like I was saying to Sylvia, is I identify real search intent. So go on to AI, go on to Answer the Public, look at those kind of tools and ask what people are creating or are looking for in your space and create topics around that, right? So I know, like Luke Richard said, you do a lot of insurance stuff. Sorry to pull you out, right? So what it would be is something like Luke, I'm just pulling you out as an example, would be what are people looking for right now in this space? What are people looking for in March and April? What kind of content people are searching for in your space? So what it does is asking like these bots and these platforms to identify the kind of things that people are looking for. Luke, do you do that? Sorry to throw you in on the under the bus, but
No, it's definitely something where I guess looking more into to your point is just trying to get, use that um to find those sort of topics that we can sort of hit and get in front of people at the right times.
yeah, and that's it. And guys, it doesn't take much. All you need to do is jump on and say, you can be specific as it's now March. It's now we're going into autumn. This is my industry. This is my customer type. This is what I do. This is how I help. Right? If you ask AI these kind of things, and then you put it into there, and then say what topics are interesting to these kind of clients right now. It'll feed you a whole bunch of stuff. And then what you can do is use those keywords and things to create and optimize for your search engine so that when people start going, I'm looking to renew my insurance, I'm looking to update my terms and conditions, whatever your industry is that's what people look like, as people are looking for, and SEO is searching for, and AI is searching for. So then we go build structured heading hierarchy. What it means is having your headings nice and big with lots of keywords in them, using natural keyword placement. Don't stuff, right? Don't have lots and lots of spam in there, right? As I said, support with internal linking and maintain your topic focus. So SEO, can I just tell you, prefers the article or podcast or video or whatever you're producing to stick to one topic. If it spreads itself too wide, then what ends up happening is the search engines rank you down because it thinks that you don't understand or you haven't got a topic in mind. So try and focus on one topic at a time and address it really, really well. The other thing that I always say to my clients is, don't worry if you're boring yourself with your content, can I just say, right? And what I mean by that is so many times people, like I've got a client that's a waterproofer. And he said to me, Chris, we've written about waterproofing so many different ways. I'm like, but that's how it works, right? You're seeing waterproofing every single day. You see it, you see it, you see it. But your clients, like the architects or the builders, they want to see waterproofing in basements, waterproofing in particular scenarios, waterproofing when there's a catastrophe, waterproofing when it's retrofitting. They want to see all the different scenarios because they're all not looking up one by one by one. They're all looking up a particular topic, and that's what's getting returned to them. So if you bore yourself with your own content cadence and creation, great. Because your customers are looking for this stuff, and if you're not there, your competitors are being found. So next is our new friend, AI. So let me pull the veil over it. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm going to give you the tips you need, right? So AI doesn't rank pages like search engines do. It extracts meaning, right? So, and this is the thing, we've never dealt with this before. AI can look at your article and five others related to it in the space of a few seconds. Right? What it does is then it summarizes, it synthesizes, and it recommends to the person searching. So if you're a buyer's agent in Queensland and you've done a few articles on a few things and someone's looking for how do I choose the right buyer's agent, what, et cetera, It will search in an instant. It goes through all of the different related topics and it finds the right ones and references you or suggests you. So if your content is vague or not optimized, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second, it gets passed over, right? Has anyone done a bit of work in this AEO space where they're trying to get their brand ranked? Yeah, right. There's nothing more of a rush than when it recommends you. I know, right? Vanity, but like when it says, "Oh, Kristen Bellotti is a great consultant in Sydney," I'm like, yes, right. So that's the goal. Is we want to make sure that we're optimizing for this. So this is what AI is looking for. Define concepts, right? What it mean by that is it's looking for definitions, right? Explaining what you do, how you do it. It's looking for clear explanations of things. It's looking for complete answers and snippets, right? So, back to Sylvia's procurement, right? What it would be is I would be doing content, Sylvia, for procurement in small to medium businesses and explaining what that is and a lot of that so that AI is going, oh, Sylvia says this, right? And getting notified, like so that AI looks for you. Consistent terminology. One thing I found, I don't know if you found this, everyone, but when you audit your website using AI and asking AI to search to it's very particular about inconsistencies, right? So I don't know, it's very particular about it. So making sure that your brand name all has the same name and there's a lot of consistencies. For some reason, if you scan take your URL to ChatGPT or Perplexity or whatever you use and ask it to say, how do I optimize this for AI search? One of the things it'll always pick up is, oh, you call yourself 3 different names, right? I don't know. It's very particular about that. So consistency is really important, right? Authority cues. This is another one that it keeps saying is one of my clients has ISO certifications and it said, I can see that you claimed it, but you don't have it anywhere on your website. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. It actually wanted the certificate on the website. So what we did was we created a new page that showed the certificate so it could scan it and go, yep, okay, it seems legit. The other one is if you have Google reviews on your website, and it like I'll show you if I go to my website, right? And I'll move it over in a second. But one thing that I had over here was, if I move it up here, is the Google reviews here, right? And it wasn't a hyperlink to the Google reviews straight away. And AI pulled that up. It said, oh, I don't believe you. It says you claimed it, but you haven't linked. So I had to hyperlink it to get it to go to the actual like page itself, okay, to actually prove it. So this is what authority cues is what AI is searching for is who are you? Why should you be writing about this kind of stuff? Originality is a big thing with AI. It's seen so much stuff all the time that's why when I work with my clients, I always interview them to produce content because originality is absolutely king. Kelly, fun fact, I bought my business, Office of Furniture Company, seeing there was a lot of opportunity to optimize for SEO, given the name works so well into it. But turns out this is super bad for AIs. It thinks it's the same journey. Yes, 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 yes. Isn't that frustrating, Kelly, right? Because only like 10 years ago, SEO would have been like, oh my God, office furniture company, ding, 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 right? And now AI thinks that you're just like a Wikipedia definition thing. How have you started, Kelly? Have you tried to solve it?
I'll come off mute for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still a little bit of test and see. So thank goodness we internally, because it's a really long name, we internally refer ourselves to OFC. So we're looking at top of page after Office Furniture Company, dropping OFC in brackets to give some context that it's a noun and an acronym off a
Yes.
name. So you roll the dice and see what happens.
See what
Yeah.
happens. And that's the thing, like Kelly, you couldn't have predicted this. AI does unusual things. And thank you for sharing. What a great example. And so this is what
And
it's yeah,
particularly if there are other people out there working really hard and they may not even know that like
yeah,
it took me a while to work out because I'm like, my results are so bad in AEO.
yeah,
And I'm like, what are we trying to solve for? And it
yeah.
came up by accident. So if anyone has a generic name,
There
that
you
might be
go.
something they have to consider. Yeah.
Generic names it doesn't like. Isn't that funny? Because it's looking for that originality stuff. And
It's not
wow.
funny, Chris. It's not
No,
funny at all.
no. What an ass. Yes, right. So well, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
My sympathy. So another thing that's really good, this is a killer win, right? FAQs, put them on every page, right? FAQs are really good. And what it is something like, what is a marketing consultant? And then I put, oh, I'm Christopher Motti, a marketing consultant who does, right? So incorporate your name and your brand into the answer. But FAQs now should be on every page. And the reason why is because AI is looking for it, right? Because it makes sense when people are going, who's a great person to in Sydney, who's a great person in Melbourne or Brisbane. That's what it's finding those answers in FAQs, right? So that's really good. And again, like I said, is credibility, it's real. Hyperlinked certificates and all of that. AI has got a real bee in its bonnet over that. So making sure that because AI rewards that precision around these key signals. So let's talk about how AI reads your content and then how to optimize it for it. So, as I said, AI is reading your content. It's not scanning your content mathematically. It's not scanning and skimming like a human does. It assesses sections, it extracts your answers, it compares phrasing and evaluates completeness. Right? So it's looking for the holistic pack. It's like someone that's got unlimited time and unlimited attention span and they love to read. And so, if your content is vague or it doesn't give good information, it's not original, it's been written by AI itself, then it gets bypassed for content and because it can, right? If you think about it, it can scan the internet in seconds. It doesn't need your content, right? So if you want to get returned, it needs something original. It needs to earn its place. Otherwise, it go to someone else, right? It's pretty easy. It doesn't have limited time span. It just looks until it finds something interesting. So how to optimize is, and this is back to Sylvia's problem, Kelly's problem, like for everyone in here. Define your terms clearly, right? Who you are, what you do, how you do it, your process, your methodology, why you, how, all of those kind of things, define them clearly and make them original. Right. So that when someone says, how does, office furniture company work and how, or, oh, sorry, OFC, right? How does it work? What are the differences, etc. Is that's where it's hunting. It's hunting for stuff that it can return, right? So it's piecing parts of your content. It doesn't make, well, it can make things up, but most of the times it's searching for the content on the website that you've put together. It's looking for stuff online. So if you don't define it, it will look elsewhere. All right, Sylvia, this is your opportunity. This is what it is putting things together around procurement is your opportunity. Avoid vague claims. It doesn't like that, right? If you ask and you give it one of your pages and say, is anything vague on it? It'll tell you straight away. It'll say, this is vague. This is not original. This is written by AI. This is not going to help people. Then it doesn't return it. Right? So making sure that it's explain ideas thoroughly. Now, you don't have to remember humans will probably only read 25% of the page, but that doesn't mean that you have to stop there. You can put some more content there. Let AI read it for the human itself. So let AI piece it together. This is the brand new world we're living in, if you think about it, right? Is that humans are skimming and we used to have to read stuff to find stuff. Now we just ask AI, it goes and hunts for it. So you can have this database of content that let AI search it and give it to your humans. As long as the humans then can read that part and it's accredited to you, which it will be, win. Use consistent language like we talked about, write in clear extractable sections. So what I mean by that is people don't, even AI now doesn't want to read an encyclopedia. So make it absorbable, snippable, all those kind of things will help. As I talked about, answer the questions, right? Even again, you can use AI for this. If you just say, here's my particular service, give it the website page and say, what are 20 FAQs that someone would ask if they were this customer? Grab those FAQs, dwindle it down to 10 of the top, and then answer them each piece by piece by piece. It really helps and provide clear insights. Right, because that's what it's looking for. Does AI search content in PDFs? Depends, Loris. It depends on if it's easily downloadable. So if you give it the PDF and put it into AI, yes. If it's a downloadable, it struggles. It struggles to find it because it has to download it from your website and it won't. So the best thing to do is, again, if I pull up my website, I'll just show you. So to see how, what I do is snips, right? See how it's like small, snippable information is what you're looking for. See how it snips, right? Then the FAQs, if I go down the bottom, right? Here, this is what it's kind of looking for. right? See, like that. So it's what sets your agency apart. So reference your name, see here, like what types of businesses, how do you measure the effectiveness? These kind of FAQs, it's easy, it's simple, it's in live text that AI can hunt for. That's the best thing you can do. And then put it on to make them every page and make sure it's relevant to the page that you've got it to. Because that means that it makes it extractable, it's quotable, and it's reference worthy. Those are the kind of things you're looking for. So bringing it together, the final part of this presentation is this is the conflict we find is that sometimes optimizing for one can disrupt another, right? So I'm going to show you how to sort of get them all together. They do overlap, right? If you speak to anyone in SEO, AEO, content marketing, they will say, oh, if you do some, that will help the others. Absolutely. Let me show you how, right? Because if you do this properly, they reinforce each other. For example, structure can improve flow, clarity improves SEO, authority improves AI discovery, or humans love authority. So they overlap. Okay. So these are the three things is humans want an emotional story. They want emotional flow, right? So if you're telling someone something, it needs to progress through a story. SEO wants algorithmic structure and AI wants complete clarity. So they're not three strategies. They can be integrated together because if you think about it, when more people visit your site, it gets told to SEO engines like SEO that you like to boost this content up, right? When SEO improves, AI visibility increases. When AI visibility increases, people see your page more. So it's like a flywheel. They will all work together. So how do you do it? This. Step one. Start with human intent. Like I talked about, answer the public, AI it, search it. Be really clear on your customer. Who is this for? Right? I do this for my team every single time. Who is this for? What problem are they looking for or solving? Right? What decisions do they need to make? What do you need them to know? And how will they be looking? Right? So these are the kind of things is start with the human because then we can fix the AEO and the SEO after. So start with the human. Who is it? What is it? You need them to pay attention. Absolutely. The humans, remember I told you the humans are the ones that vote with their time, their attention, and their wallet. So if it's not optimized for the human, then you're going to struggle. So customer type, etc. Can I tell you, take this away. This is the one thing to take away. Be really strict with yourself here. Really strict is if it's not optimized for humans, people and it's gone, right? So don't just spit stuff and go, yep, this is people will love this. What is it that they're going to care about, that they're going to spend precious time looking at? Okay, that's the first step. The next is then after it's written for the humans to give them the answer, now structure for the machine. So what I mean by that is clear headings, logical hierarchy, scannable sections, clear formatting, your FAQs, making sure that it's skimmable and scannable. So that's humans and the search engines ticked. Okay, so nice big headings like what they need to know, how, so that they can navigate easily, and AI and search engines can navigate your content so they can see. But this is for your website pages, your anything, is make it easy for the machines to scan. Step three, layer meaning and authority. What I mean by that is once the shell is there, now that's when you add definitions, explain things a little bit more, hyperlink to other pages that have more definitions, right? Use consistent terminology and link related content. So, for example, if you've got an article on something and it relates to your services, make sure you're hyperlinking to more pages, add FAQs, add like if you've got, a video to support it, etc. It's really, really important. I'm okay. Well, that's Sylvia. I'm creating detailed blog articles, opinion pieces, stuff with, then working on creating a 20-minute vlog and then a shortened vision for LinkedIn, the Gram, TikTok. Absolutely. No. That's good. That's really good because it starts from a main core piece. And then, actually, that's a great thing to do, Sylvia, is create detail. This is how I do it. I put articles on my website, right? Then I create vlogs and podcasts. Then I do shortened parts for the Instagram and LinkedIn and so forth, and then so forth. So just hyperlink to them all, so they all sort of relate to each other. But that's perfectly fine. So make sure and that originality is there as well. Step four, this is where you've got your reinforce your, like, if you've got Google reviews or testimonials, or if you want to weave videos into your articles and things like that, reinforce with credibility, right? And this can be even external. You might say, to prove your point, you might say 48% of blah, 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 but make sure that that's hyperlinked to a source. AI is very particular about that. So if you just make up a stat, it's going to struggle. So make sure that you've got a hyperlink. And then remember, again, sorry, there's a lot of traps here. Make sure that you're checking your reference as well, right? So if you say, I need a stat on this, AI goes, oh, Harvard Review says this. Click on that, check that it's a legit, check that it's legit first, and then put it into your articles. It loves credibility and so forth to reinforce it. And last step, is review, right? Is now go back and check it all, right? Does this read well? Does it give information? Does it go round and round in circles, or is it leading to a call to action, right? Then what I always do is check the stats. Is it ranking? Right? Even if you post it and then you put it into AI and go, would you refer this? Why not? And make tweaks. Audit your own content in live time. It's really good to do. And what I mean by that is it extractable? Does it have snippets of gems in it that would get picked up by SEO, AEO, AI engines, and so forth, so that it's really clear and consistent. Okay, so the brands that win, we don't chase algorithms, right? What I mean by that is you're not going, oh, let me try and tick all the boxes. What you're trying to do is make sure that it's for human audience and optimized for the engines, right? Is that you design content for interpretation. So what I mean by that is it's giving meaning, it's giving value. Like the Sylvia is a perfect example, right? Is educating people on procurement, why procurement's important, why it's a new, why that term isn't used in the small to medium space, etc. Because when you optimize for human search engines and AI in all alignment, that's when you're going to start getting real results, right? Unless you're Kelly, who's really struggling to. The acronym will work, that'll help. But this is what we're trying to do here. The point of this presentation is making sure that we're writing and producing for those three audiences who are active participants in what you're producing every day. Okay? That was a rush of information. Does anyone have any questions? I know we're finishing up the next 5-10 minutes, so do you want me to go back to the steps? Does anyone have any questions? Just unmute, heckle. Thank you, Emily. Everyone okay with starting with humans? Structure for machines, layer meaning on authority, give it credibility, reinforce, review. You're welcome, Lisa. Anyone have any questions at all?
Hey, Chris, quick question for you, if I may, please.
Hi, Dr. Kieran. How you going?
Hey, just wondering, is there any, I mean, great presentation. I got a lot of, I've been taking notes down as I've sort of gone along, but it probably will be good to, if possible, to get a copy of this presentation. So when we are
Yes,
reviewing it, it probably stays front of mind because while I've
absolutely.
taken notes, I may lose the context of it. It probably will be good to sort of go back and do this again very clinically
Yeah.
and prescriptively as you have suggested.
So Cub actually gives you the recording and the slides. So yeah, so you will get this. Is that
Yeah,
right, Roz?
yeah,
Okay.
we'll send it all out in the digital reunion with Chris's details and everything, so you can reach out to him if you need to.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
like a
what
plan.
the best thing to do is that the hack here is people don't realize you can actually go and download it. So when Roz sends out and Bryce sends out the email, you can actually go and open the presentation, download it, and you've got it there, and
Yep.
you just have it there. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate
You're
that. Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Kelly said really good and relevant reminder. It's about stuff we do. Yes, that's another thing, right? Is all that content that you're sitting on that you go, oh, we produced content over the years. It's great because that's still working for you, especially now. Think about it. AI can scan the internet in seconds. So all of that library that you've produced over the years is still completely valid. You might want to go back and update it. You might want to go back and refresh it. But at the same time, it's still great because there's good stuff there that AI can find in your space, especially if it's original. Rita, I've just started this journey because my new website isn't being recommended. Oh, good, awesome, no worries. And what you do is put your pages through AI and ask, how can I optimize it? But you'll see the trends that I talked about are the things that you need to do. Anyone else? God, Alex, Michael, everyone good? Wasn't too much. We're all okay. So have used prompt scan and use. Yes, that's right as well. Yes, yes, yes. So three things. Okay, what's the three things you would suggest I prioritize for today's from today's to move the dial? Okay, so what I would do, the first thing is produce. Sorry, Ross. Ross was like, I was gonna. Okay, so the first thing I would do is make look at answer the public and things like that, and say and ask AI who like tell it your audience, tell it your specialty, give it all that information, right? Tell it who you are, what you do, and all of that, and then say what kind of topics are relevant to my customer in making a decision in my industry today, right? That's the first thing. Get a list of stuff, right? The next thing is compile an answer based on what you would actually say. So don't just go, all right, AI, write it for me, because that's never going to work. It's not, doesn't produce the stuff that you want that's original, right? So what I would suggest is you can get it to help you, but you've got to give it lots of stuff that will answer like you will, right? Because that's what the most important thing is, right? So then post it and do regular stuff. If you do it once off and you go, oh, Chris said it's going to work, it won't. It needs to be regular, hyperlinked, keep being fresh, keep leading the market, keep being original, and make sure you're on topic. And that's the three things that I would suggest, Sylvia. And it's easy to do. Just bring up, I'll just show you. Right. If I just say, um, uh, my audience is I don't know, making it up, marketing agencies looking for marketing strategy. I do marketing strategy services. What topics are relevant to that audience in Australia right now that are SEO and sorry, and AEO optimized. This is a very, very horrible prompt, but it's enough to show you, right? So, and what you do is you grab some stuff. Oh yeah, you got so Paul Kerr. Oh yes, yes. He's just showed me. Thank you for the presentation. He's not just talking the talk. You're ranking higher in GPT, ChatGPT. Thank you. Did everyone see that? Love you, Paul. Yeah, yeah. It ranks me well, which is good. Um, so here, this stuff here, right? So this is what I'm talking about is that was a horrible prompt. Spend more time doing that. But you can see here, it tells you, right? This is what people are looking for right now. So if you do this in your own industry and say, what are people looking for? Here's my customer, here's my this, here's my that. That's what will really, really help. Yep. So do you see what I mean? Is then there's topics, but then come up with what you want to respond with. This is the beauty of everyone in Cub is you all an authority in your space. How would you answer these kind of pieces of information? This is really important. Um, and that's it. Anyone else have anything?
Got another question, couple questions in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
Rusty?
Sorry. Okay. Rusty. Oh, hi, Rusty. Google Biz Profile seems to be underrated. Your key insights. Okay. So your key insights for a national business on the optimization. Okay. So, Rusty, first things first, for everyone asking, is Google My Business or that Google Business Profile, where you put your reviews, always optimize all of your content there. So there's always good, you can post on it. So does everyone know you can post like a social media platform on Google My Business or whatever they call it now, Google Business? You can post on it. So what I do is I get my team to post just like on LinkedIn. I post regular content on there and it ranks really, really well. So just use your Google Business Profile to post videos and things like that. So that's the first thing. Second thing is make sure that it's got all your information there. So again, sorry, I'm just trying to show you what if I go to mine here. So make sure that you have, if I close this for a second, is make sure that you've got here, edit your business information. Can everyone see that? So make sure that it's got all the answers to the information you need, all of that kind of stuff. Make sure you've got your address, where you're going. Here's the posts. Here's where you post, right? So see in there. So put stuff in here, put stuff in here, put stuff in here, like and all of that. Make sure that it's all complete. That will help you get the most out of it. Now, Rusty, what you're asking is for a national business. So what you're saying is Australia wide. The way you can get around that, is that what you're asking, Rusty? Where are you? You're saying that like, should you have it all across Australia? Is that what you're asking? It's really good for AEO and SEO. Are you still here, Rusty? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Speak up. Oh, you're on mute, so I can't hear you. So the in case you can't figure it out. Okay, so the way I do it, right? I have a lot of clients in Melbourne. So what I actually do is I have a PO box down in Melbourne, and then what I do is I set the Google page to that as well. So that way then you can be present in other states. So yes, it's a good tactic to be present in other states. Now you've got
But the challenge is then the Google
oh,
reviews get some back. I'm here. So the challenge is that we have to have two different Google pages, which we actually, as a matter of fact, we do. But
yes.
then the Google reviews get divided between as many pages,
Yeah,
and which is okay, which is okay. But still, like lots of people look for the local businesses. I mean, just the
correct.
Google search the way it works. So I
Yeah.
didn't mind you doing that. But still, if you have to go for a Brisbane
Yeah.
market,
It
it just
is. It just is. It is. It's like so. Everyone who's asking if you're Australia wide or you're in a couple of states, it is always recommended to have a local Google My Business, and so you just need to a local presence. So yeah, right. So that's what I would say is you just I know it divides. But it is what it is, especially if they say, "Oh, Rusty helped me with, buying a Brisbane property and all of that." It does help, yeah. So does that answer your question? Then any AI tools to help AEO, GEO, SEO that you recommend? You don't need, this is the thing, you don't need to go crazy, guys. You don't need to buy some expensive tool. As long as you have, like Perplexity is a good one. Perplexity is a really good, and you just get it to scan your stuff, right? GEO is generated engine optimization, or it's like AI optimization. So what I would do is you don't need like literally if you just go into your like into like if I grab this and I say copy and I just put it into ChatGPT. Now I pay for the more advanced one, but if you go, is this a good for AEO GEO, right? God, this could be embarrassing. And then like give it more detailed prompts than that. I'm just quickly wrapping it up. But it will actually give you what it's doing is it's searching for competitors, it's searching for mine, and it gives you a lot of information around what you can do and how you can improve it. And never just finish with that. Say, how can I improve? What can I do? How can I make changes? Those kind of things will help, right? It's still searching. But you can see it really hunts for a lot of different things and then say, what suggestions do you have? Here, right? So doing this, good authority, strong EEAT, right? And it's got their local relevance, what's holding back, etc. Homepage hierarchy looks messy for machines, so I need to fix that. You see how it gives you what you need to make sure that you've got what you need. So these are kind of things that I need to improve. So you don't need some advanced tool, would be my answer, Rusty.
awesome.
Um,
Thank you.
that's okay. Next, I get AI to search to start the article, and then I pull it together, pull it apart, paragraph and structure flow. So what I publish is long, long way from where it started. Any comments on? Oh, okay. No, so Kelly, that's good. So Kelly, if you're getting AI to produce a bit of a draft and then you're polishing it, that's original. That will work, right? But sometimes it can take longer to reverse engineer AI. So what I suggest to everyone, if everyone's wondering, get AI to put a skeleton of bullet points together and then expand on it yourself rather than getting it to write it and then fixing it because that actually takes longer. Just say, here's the topic, here's what I do, put all the bullets down and then just work on it yourself and you can pull it together much easier. It's just a time game, right? But yeah, it recognizes its own patterns and you'll see the same words used on everyone else's website. That's what you want to avoid. If you only have enough time to produce a small amount of content, what's the thoughts on leveraging AI to create content? Yeah, so don't get it to just produce it raw. First of all, I've seen some people make the mistake of where it hallucinates and then up it goes, right? So that's a worry. There's a big problem today called sufficiency bias, and what I mean by that is where people are using AI and going, well, that's better than I could ever produce, so therefore it's good. Right? This is a big problem. You're welcome, Alexander. This is a big problem. Sufficiency bias is the biggest issue. It's funny, humans paradoxically are the biggest weakness of AI, right? Is because we will say something like, if you're Kelly, right? I've got a furniture company, produce a furniture blog. Up it goes, and it sounds good, right? And you go, cool, put that up. But then what happens is AI doesn't rank it because it's generic. Humans don't like it because it's not interesting. And SEO goes, this is not original content. So it gets all three crosses. And then Kelly's like, I'm doing this all the time. Why isn't it working? Right? It's really important that you hunt for the right intent, hunt for the right subject matter, and give something original and do what Kelly was doing, which is find information that you can put together that's original. It loves originality. So give it original, even if you get AI to help you. Paul, I hope that helps. Sylvia's note taker gave some good insights. There you go. Sorry, Ross, I know I've gone over time. Does anyone else have anything? Otherwise, contact me. Here's my details if you want to chat.
Hey, you're all good for time. Still got a few more minutes.
Oh, okay.
Any more questions?
Sorry, I thought you were winding me up. Anyone else have anything? Oh, thanks, Emily. Thank you.
A lot of great feedback.
Sorry, I hope it didn't overwhelm anyone, but just as I said, good help humans, start with that. And thank you, Chris. That's appreciated. Yeah, start with the humans, optimize for the AI, keep it original. Don't stop producing. I say just keep that content relevant, right? You're welcome, Rita. Always pleasure to chat. But yeah, just make sure you don't just do it once off and go, I'm done. Right? It requires that consistency. And what happens is, I think Candice, PR Candice, spoke last week or the week before at Cub, and what she said is digital PR is the best thing you can do for your business, which is be present, create a persona for yourself, and be present. It's really important to do that, and that's regular content, producing stuff that's from you. All of that really, really helps.
Amazing.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you,
Much,
everyone, for
Chris.
coming. Thank you, Alex, Scott. We've got Stacey, Matt, Dr. Kieran. Thank you, Chris, Paul, Mark, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you, all the fireflies and the note takers. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Thank you, Sylvia. Yeah, right. Melody AI. Yep.
We'll send this out in the digital reunion as well with the recording and stuff. And as you said, people can download and give your details.
And I'm always happy to chat. I love Cub members, so don't be afraid to contact me. I'm not going to trap you. Like, I'm always happy to chat. Thank you, Neely. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Chris. Have a good day, everyone.